Just pellet me all club.
Oh my god.
There's so much confetti.
Michael, you ready?
Fantastic. Oh my god.
It's a big princess.
It is absolutely beautiful. Am I allowed to do a little poke without touching it?
You can touch them.
Beautiful.
I love it. You've got a terror too.
Charlotte, you look amazing.
I love it.
You look incredible. Oh my god. But you know,
Good afternoon, everyone. And on behalf of North Yorkshire Registration Service, welcome to Crathorne Hall Hotel. My name is Rhonda Chew, and it gives me great pleasure to conduct this marriage ceremony today for Charlotte and Michael. My colleague, Melissa McCready, is here to ensure that this very happy event is recorded accurately to enable the details to be added to the register for posterity. Michael and Charlotte would like to thank you all for coming to celebrate the beginning of their new life together. It means a great deal to them that you can be here to share their happiness and to witness their marriage vows. To begin the ceremony, Michael, will you please state your full name?
Michael Matthews.
Thank you. And Charlotte, will you please state your full name?
Charlotte Elizabeth Sayers.
This place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. And we are gathered here to witness the joining in matrimony of Michael Matthews and Charlotte Elizabeth Sayers. If there is any person here who knows of any lawful impediment to this marriage, they should declare it now. Before you are joined in matrimony, I have to remind you of the solemn and binding character of the vows you are about to make. Marriage in this country is the union of two people, voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. I would like to ask each of you in turn to declare that you do not know of any lawful reason why you should not be married to each other. So Michael, please repeat after me. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare.
That I know not.
That I know not.
Of any lawful impediment.
Of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Michael Matthews.
Why I, Michael Matthews.
May not be joined in matrimony.
May not be joined in matrimony.
To Charlotte Elizabeth Sayers.
To Charlotte Elizabeth Sayers.
And Charlotte, please repeat after me. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare
that I know not.
that I know not
Of any lawful impediment.
of any lawful impediment
Why I, Charlotte Elizabeth Sayers.
why I, Charlotte Elizabeth Sayers,
May not be joined in matrimony.
may not be joined in matrimony
To Michael Matthews.
to Michael Matthews.
Michael and Charlotte wish to marry, for in each other's company they have found fulfilment and love. As a consequence of this love, they have drawn closer to each other, and now wish to affirm publicly their relationship, and to offer to each other the security that comes from vows sincerely made and faithfully kept. We have two readings today, and for the first reading, I would like to invite Edward to come forward.
When I first met you, I knew that I had come at last home. Home after wandering, home after long puzzled searching, home after long being wind-borne, wave-tossed, night-caught, long being lost. And being with you was normal and needful, and natural as sleeping or waking. And I was myself, who had never been wholly myself. I was walking and talking and laughing easily at last, and the air was softer, and the sounds were sharper, and the colours were brighter, and the sky was higher, and length was not measured by milestones, and time was not measured by clocks. And this end was a beginning, and these words are the beginning of my thanks.
Thank you very much, Edward. I think a round of applause is called. The institution of marriage must be entered into freely, voluntarily, and with the full and unreserved consent of you both. Therefore, do you, Michael, take Charlotte here present to be your lawful wedded wife?
I do.
And do you, Charlotte, take Michael here present to be your lawful wedded husband?
I do.
That's 2 I do's, everyone. We may proceed. So now the solemn moment has come for these 2 persons to make the contract of marriage before you, their witnesses. Will all those who are able please stand? I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Michael Matthews,
to witness that I, Michael Matthews,
do take thee, Charlotte Elizabeth Sayers,
to take thee, Charlotte Elizabeth Sayers,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
I promise to love you tenderly,
I promise to love you tenderly,
to cherish and respect you,
to cherish and respect you,
to comfort you with my gentleness,
to comfort you with my gentleness,
and support you with my strength.
and to support you with my strength.
I promise to walk with you
I promise to walk with you
in sorrow and joy,
in sorrow and joy,
illness and age,
illness and age,
facing life together,
facing life together,
wherever it may take us.
wherever it may take us.
I promise to be loving,
I promise to be loving,
faithful and loyal
Could you pause?
faithful and loyal
from this day forward.
from this day forward.
Well done, Michael. And now, Charlotte, please repeat after me. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Charlotte Elizabeth Sayers,
to witness that I, Charlotte Elizabeth Sayers,
do take thee, Michael Matthews,
do take thee, Michael Matthews,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
I promise to love you tenderly,
I promise to love you tenderly,
to cherish and respect you,
to cherish and respect you,
to comfort you with my gentleness,
to comfort you with my gentleness,
and support you with my strength.
and support you with my strength.
I promise to walk with you
I promise to walk with you
in sorrow and joy,
in sorrow and joy,
illness and age,
illness and age,
facing life together,
facing life together
wherever it may take us.
wherever it may take us.
I promise to be loving,
I promise to be loving,
faithful and loyal
faithful and loyal
from this day forward.
from this day forward.
Word perfect. Well done. Please be seated, everyone. We now come to the point for the second reading, and I would like to invite Julie to come forward. Thank you.
Blessing of the hands. These are the hands of your best friend, young and strong and full of love for you, that are holding yours on your wedding day, as you promise to love each other today, tomorrow and forever. These are the hands that will work alongside yours as together you build your future. These are the hands that will passionately love you and cherish you through the years, and with the slightest touch will comfort you like no other. These are the hands that will hold you when fear or grief fills your mind. These are the hands that will countless times wipe the tears from your eyes, tears of sorrow and tears of joy. These are the hands that will tenderly hold your children. These are the hands that will help you to hold your family as one. These are the hands that will give you strength when you need it. And lastly, these are the hands that even when wrinkled and aged, will still be reaching for yours, still giving you the same unspoken tenderness with just a touch.
Beautifully made, Julie. Thank you very much. We now come to the giving of the wedding rings. This is the traditional and ancient way of sealing the contract you have made, and is the outward sign of the lifelong promises you have made to each other. Danny, would you please come forward with the rings? And if you just open the box, don't forget Charlotte's ring to Michael first. And if you put the ring to the knuckle, that's it, just hold it there. And repeat after me. Charlotte, I give you this ring.
Charlotte, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my endless love for you.
As a symbol of my endless love for you.
All that I am.
All that I am.
And all that I have.
And all that I have.
I bring to you.
I bring to you.
May this ring remind us of this moment.
May this ring remind us of this moment.
And the commitment I have made to you.
And the commitment I have made to you.
We've done everything. Well done.
And again, thank you very much, I'm sure. That's it, you take out this ring. Thank you very much. Okay, and repeat after me. Michael, I give you this ring.
Michael, I give you this ring.
As a symbol of my endless love for you.
As a symbol of my endless love for you.
All that I am.
All that I am.
And all that I have.
And all that I have.
I bring to you.
I bring to you.
May this ring remind us of this moment.
May this ring remind us of this moment.
And the commitment I have made to you.
And the commitment I have made to you.
Then if you just push that on as well. The purpose of marriage is that you may always love, care for and support each other through all the joys and sorrows of life, and that love may be fulfilled in a relationship of permanent and continuing commitment. We trust that these things may come true for you both. You have both made the declarations prescribed by law, and you have made a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of your witnesses, family and friends here this afternoon. All of us gathered here wish you both joy and happiness in your new life together. Michael and Charlotte, it is my privilege and pleasure to say you are now lawfully married. Congratulations, you are husband and wife. And Michael, you may kiss your bride.
So ladies and gentlemen, will you please put your hands together and show your encouragement for the first speaker, the father of the bride.
Thank you very much indeed. It's great to see everyone here. It's been a fantastic day so far. I should just mention, we had actually wanted to book this room an hour earlier, but there was a yoga class had booked it before us. So we'd said to them, is there any way they could change? And they said, no, there's absolutely no way. Which I thought was strange. I thought they'd be more flexible. It's amazing how time flies, isn't it? It didn't seem 5 minutes ago. That Charlotte's mother was shouting, "Get that thing out of me!" Then 9 months later, Charlotte was born. That was the controversial one. I've been advised against that one. A couple of things about Charlotte. She has this weird thing where she won't allow anybody in a restaurant to give her starters. She says, "I won't take hors d'oeuvres from anybody." Sometimes over the years we have had to walk on eggshells around Charlotte. I've never known anyone eat so many hard-boiled eggs at one go. He's related to the younger friend. But Charlotte is not short of skills. I can remember a Centre Parks visit a few years ago where Charlotte and Sister Abby qualified and got a certificate for circus skills, if you remember that. And that led on to Charlotte being invited to the National Clown Convention that year, which is no small feat, let me tell you. But Charlotte, like me, does have a terrible sense of direction. And I do remember the time that we were out somewhere and someone said to Charlotte, "Can you tell me the quickest way to Darlington?" She thought for a bit and she said, "Now are you walking or driving?" They said, "Driving." She said, "Yeah, that's the quickest." Yes, and I must mention her beautiful but dim dog, Yoshi. I shared a house with Charlotte for a while, and it did give me the opportunity to, at the end of every day, to stroke the puppy before I went to bed. That's not a euphemism, by the way. Yeah, quite. I've been getting to know Michael over the last couple of years, and my spirits were raised when I discovered that he and his dad have such a strong commitment to Darlington Football Club. Now, I've felt guilty for years about dragging my children along to watch Sunderland Football Club with no chance of success. But Andrew, Darlington. But Michael's a lovely lad. I think of him as another son, mainly because, just like my own son, he makes fun of me and calls me an idiot most of the time. Marriage does bring families together, though, and it's been good to get to know Andrew and Marie. In fact, in order to get to know Andrew better, we decided to go and go down to the local bowling green and have a game down there. And while we were playing, at one point Andrew called over to this guy who was walking across the other side of the green. And he said, "Excuse me, mate, can you tell me how near my ball is to the jack?" And the guy looked down and he said, "You're a foot in front." And Andrew said, "What did he call me?" I'm perhaps the wrong person to give any opinion about marriage, though you could argue that having had so many, I've got good experience of it. But what I have realised is that Michael and Charlotte's relationship and now marriage is a rare and precious thing, and I'm very proud to be part of the start of that journey in that rare and precious relationship. So well done, guys. Thank you very much indeed.
There's nothing quite like this. There's nothing like getting to address a room full of the people you love the most. All of you have made a difference to the woman I've become and helped lead me to this moment. So in some way, all of you are partial authors of this love story. Oh, I'm shaking. Things haven't always been easy, and I haven't always made the best decisions along the way, but I'm lucky enough to have the unconventional love and support of my parents, siblings, and grandma to keep me going. Mum, Dad, thank you for your love and support through the years. You've done everything you could to give us a memorable childhood, from that amazing Christmas week to Florida holidays that ignited my passion for all things Disney. From you, I learned that failure is simply an opportunity to learn and try again, and that being kind to people matters more than being right, most of the time. And Grandma, you and Grandad showed us a beautiful example of what a great marriage looks like. Michael and I can only hope to follow in your footsteps. Did you know? Growing up though, I was absolutely certain I didn't want any more siblings, especially sisters. In fact, I loudly announced that I was moving out if Edward had turned out to be a girl. Yet here I am with the best sisters anyone could ask for. Gina, Abby, now Emily, and almost Hannah. I'm so grateful to be surrounded by such strong, creative women. And Edward, I can still remember the first time I got to meet you as a tiny baby. I'm so proud to call you my brother and beyond excited for your wedding next year. Whew. Thank you to the Matthews family for warmly welcoming me into your lives from the get-go. You have such a wonderful family unit that I'm Our families have felt like just that. Our family. And I hope he feels as welcome in mine as I do in his. And so, to my gorgeous husband, there's no one on earth I would have rather had waiting for me at the end of that aisle today. I'll always be indebted to Bumble and perfect timing for bringing me you, the love of my life, exactly when I was ready to love you. Oh, I found my perfect partner, my very own fairy tale happily ever after. Whatever life has in store for us, I'll always be beside you. I can't wait to one day tell our children about two hearts that simply had to be together. You are my greatest adventure and my safest place. I promise to take on new adventures together, but to never stop indulging in our favourite things, like racing to get first cuddles with Yoshi in the morning, or binge watching The Traitors and deciding who we'd murder at the end of each episode. Since we started dating, you've been my favourite destination. From my home. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in raising a glass to my one true love, my happily ever after, my always and forever, to Michael.
So, ladies and gentlemen, how do you follow a Disney princess but with Prince Charming? So please put your hands together for the group.
Is it too late to say I don't like Disney? Obviously I do. I'm just here basically to thank everyone today. So thank you all for coming here. It does mean everything to us both that you've all taken the effort to be here. As you may have noticed, it's been quite an elaborate affair. This has been a culmination of 30 years of dreams and many, many months of arts and crafts and quite a few iterations of fingernail design for this day today. Yeah. And also, you may have noticed there's a bit of Disney here and there. Because the big dream was getting married in front of the big castle at Disney World. But fortunately, we managed the next best thing, and it's even better that we were able to share it with everyone who's here today. So it really does mean the world to us. So I'd like to thank not all of you who've come here today, but also those who weren't able to be here. So I'd like to raise our glasses to everyone. So everyone. Everyone. Next, I'd like to thank our parents. Without your continued support, neither of us would have been here today. We're very grateful for all the sacrifices you've made and all the lessons you've taught us, although some do question, as Malcolm put it, why you maybe become a supporter of Chelsea football.
Well, I made the ultimate sacrifice being here today. Did I tell you?
Yeah. We're also very thankful for the help you've given us for today itself, because as most of you may have already noticed, Charlotte's got quite an expensive taste, and I'd certainly be feeling the pinch in the money pouch right now. So yeah, thank you very much, and also thank you, Julie, for the beautiful cake you made.
Yeah.
Julie's made this all herself. All the flowers she's made out of sugar. Get a chance to go and take a closer look at it because it's absolutely fantastic. Been blown away by it ever since I saw it coming together. So, yeah, thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
So, yeah, I'd like to now raise our glasses to our parents.
Cheers.
To their parents. Family is very important to us, particularly that bond we share with our siblings. Charlotte knew from very early on that she wanted her sisters, Gina and Abby, the sister-in-law to be, Hannah, and my sister, Emily, to be her bridesmaids today. They were all very excited when they first found out that Charlotte and I were engaged, but I'm still unsure whether they're more excited about the wedding or for that hen party.
What happened on the hen party stayed on the hen party. Unless you've seen the picture. Yeah, Abby there.
I'd like to thank you all for getting Charlotte back in one piece, or just about. And thank you for helping her out this morning and everything today. And thank you for making the Gina for doing those party packs today.
If you don't like what's in your gift bag, you can come and tell me what you like.
So I'd like to now raise our glasses to our bridesmaids.
Right.
There are also some very handsome gentlemen and another fine lady that we'd like to thank today. So Danny, my best man, you did a great job with the rings, and I'm sure you've got nothing but kind words for us all after this. I've tried all my life to be a very boring person, just for today. So I have given him quite a difficult job. But after the speech, who knows who I'm going to be? Charlotte's brother, Ed.
Hello.
There you are. Yeah. Thank you for this morning for showing everyone your big hands. Great job. And thank you and mine to Julie for doing those lovely readings at our ceremony. So now I'd like to thank Danny, Edward and Julie for the toast. Danny. Right. And of course, as we all know, this day is about one person and one person alone. So, I'd like to thank the cutest girl in the room, Penny. Thank you for being our flower girl today. You did a very good job. So, I'd like everyone to raise our glasses to Penny. And now, to the most important person of all, my wife.
Would that be Charlotte Matthews?
Yes.
2 T's.
I only read it because I thought everyone could spell it.
Remember, you've got to say 2 T's.
I believe the base of a strong, healthy relationship is love, honesty, and when to know to be disappointed. Now, I feel like I really set the tone when Charlotte and I first met. Simply by ordering a water from the coffee shop, a cheeseless burger from the burger shop, and letting slip that I'm not really a dog person, I was able to tick off all of the known boxes. Fortunately, we found out we had a lot more in common, and we actually were so engrossed in conversation that we almost had our cars locked in the car park overnight. So time flew by for me that night, as it has done ever since. When the time came for me to ask Charlotte to be my wife, it was the easiest question I'd ever asked. We were fortunate enough, just after the pandemic, to book our first holiday together. And it was a cruise on the Disney Magic, sailing out of Newcastle. And as many of you know, that's just a few of our favourite things. I knew that this would be my perfect opportunity to pop the question. I also managed to incept the idea of getting dressed up fancy into Charlotte's mind one night. And it just so happened to be that the night we chose was actually the night we were due to dine in the fancy restaurant. So I thought, great, this is great, this. We went in, the piano player was playing Disney music. It was perfect. However, just after we sat down, before we even got our food, piano player just left. Oh no, what am I going to do? We sat there eating our meal, and when am I going to get another perfect opportunity to do this? However, fortune shone down, and just before our dessert arrived, the piano player returned. Charlotte was happy. She was on the Disney Magic, she was listening to Disney music, and she was eating her favourite dessert, creme brulee. When the piano player started playing Can You Feel the Love Tonight from The Lion King, I popped the question. And Charlotte has been thinking about that creme brulee she couldn't finish. Sorry, I will make it up to you. I promise that I will sacrifice some of my own holiday time just to take you back to Disney at least one more time.
Okay, thank you.
And one day, we will have a nice big family home, even if I have to build it myself. Out of Lego. With you, I've done things that I'd never thought possible. I am now living with my favourite four-legged friend. And I am now even starting to wear jewellery. I couldn't ask for a more perfect wife. With you, I'm not afraid to be me. You're my best friend, and I'm excited to spend the rest of our life together. So I'd like everyone to raise their glasses for my beautiful wife, Charlotte Elizabeth Matthews.
2 T's.
Ladies and gentlemen, so every Disney hero needs a sidekick. So that leads us on to the final speech. It's the moment you've all been waiting for, the best man.
Well, before I start, Charlotte, can you place your hand flat on the table? Matthew, can you put yours, Michael, can you put yours? Now enjoy that moment because, Michael, it's the first and last time in your marriage that you'll have the upper hand. For those of you that don't know me, I'm Danny, one of Michael's closest friends. We met at Northumbria University and we're both studying mathematics. Now, I know what you're all thinking, geeks. And you'd probably be right. So yes, Michael and I met 15 years ago and have been friends ever since. There have been some memorable times over the year, from having downtime and drinks in Havita, the student union, to pulling all-nighters in Brandon basement trying to get our assignments finished. However, Michael has said it's been difficult to find embarrassing stories of him because he has tried to keep under the radar. But I have remembered a few situations that I can share with you now, and it might make it look even slightly different.
Sequel the first, everyone.
Now, how many of you knew that Michael liked fancy dress parties?
Ooh.
So, for instance, one of the first Halloweens, after we'd met, we decided to go to a themed Halloween party at the nightclub. It was on the quayside, okay, which probably isn't there anymore. The theme was Rocky Horror. And yes, me, Michael, and a few of our flatmates decided to go big or go home. So that meant lipstick, leather, fish outfits. It works. Now, we did get some funny looks on the way to nightclub. I thought that's going to be okay because when we get there, we'll blend in. Let's just say we were in the minority. Now, I'm not sure whether Michael's turned this in tradition or not, so I hope you're willing to share your clothes, Charlotte. Another couple of moments that come to mind both have a similar theme, crumbs. Now, I'm sure you'll all agree that Michael's is a very clean person, very tidy if you've ever been to his house or visited him. But history tells us that this has not always been the case. One of the times I'm referring to was when I arrived back to our shared house after being away for the holidays. I was the first one back at the house, and imagine my shock when there was a trail of ants coming in from the back door, along the floor, up the bench on the worktop, or to a higher cupboard, and there was a packet of custard creams that Michael left open for the holidays, surrounded by all these ants. That's not the only time that Michael's had a fondness of custard creams. So there was another time where Michael went to get into bed, moved the duvet back, and his bed was covered in custard creams. Now he'll swear blind that it was another flatmate playing a prank, but I'm sure that you just loved him that much that you wanted to be. So yes, Charlotte, look out for crumbs in bed in future. The final trait of Michael's I would like to call into question is his honesty. Now, by that I mean he doesn't always offer the full truth. Now, I'm not saying he's a liar, just he likes to give information at his own speed. So for example, Michael and Charlotte first met online and started dating in February 2020. This was obviously just before the original lockdown, which may be why Michael didn't tell some of his closest friends that he was dating at first. But then, after a few months, the restrictions began to ease and we were able to meet up in gardens. He still didn't mention he'd met anyone. And then, Halloween arrived 7 months later when he casually decided to drop into conversation that he was pumpkin picking with his girlfriend. So I'm partly surprised we knew about the wedding before the actual day. Having said all that, Michael is a true friend and one of the most caring people that I know. And I'm sure he'll continue being that as a husband. Now comes part of the speech where I'm required to give some lasting advice. Now, I'm not the best at giving advice, so I must credit this next part to Walt Disney, obviously the theme. So I'll sprinkle the rest of the speech with Disney quotes, and I thought I'd have Michael and Charlotte have a bit of a competition to see who can spot them all. Okay? So, let's go. So to help you be prepared for the future, Michael, the first rule of marriage, everything is your fault. And remember, ladies don't, but they can finish them. People often ask, what is love? Love is knowing that some people are worth melting for. It is putting someone else's needs before yours. That's if you haven't already had this brought forcibly to your notice. If you ask some people, they will say people do crazy things when they're in love, like get married. And others will say you're mad, bonkers, off your head, but I'll tell you a secret, the best people are. Despite what others think, you must always be true to your heart, have courage and be kind to one another. Provided you always let your conscience be your guide and think you've got a friend in me, you should ignore the fact that sometimes the right path isn't the easiest one. You are heading towards a whole new world, and some say that adventure is out there. So trust your heart and let fate decide. Because all you need is faith and trust and a little bit of pixiness. In conclusion, love is a song that never ends. It is a tale as old as time. And love goes on and on to infinity and beyond.
Aww.
Finally, can I say how beautiful Charlotte looks today, as well as her 4 gorgeous bridesmaids? And can you all join me in a toast to Charlotte and Michael and their happily ever after? Charlotte and Michael.